Hello and welcome back to another episode of Project Oarai, and man, am I glad to be back. I was so nervous after the update that my save might be gone forever. I've honestly not seen it as bad as this for a very, very long time. I think it was Sunsets and Harbour was the last time I'd seen it this bad, and Sunsets and Harbour actually killed my save. Like, it was gone. There was nothing I could do. It was gone forever. So when this happened with the latest update and everyone was getting blue screens when they were loading into their game, and if they weren't getting blue screens, they were getting an error through Tree Anarchy and errors through other mods as well. Even after they announced that they'd updated their mods, people were still getting problems. So I was very, very concerned for my game because we've put a lot of time and effort into Project Oarai, and I was really worried that it was all gone. But thankfully, I gave it a few days, didn't load my save up, didn't boot it after the last blue screen, and you know me, I've got multiple saves. I always keep a backup on the workshop just in case the one to the cloud or the one to my hard drive disappears. So I've always got a backup regardless. And like I said, I give it a few days. I think it was like 3 or 4 days, and I think it was 3, come to think of it. And I was back in my game again, and everything was working perfectly fine. I made sure to double check everything because you've probably seen me do it quite a few times. I copy and paste roads and networks, and sometimes after an update, they can duplicate nodes on top of each other. It's really weird. I'm not sure the full reason why it does it, but sometimes you can have some nodes spawn on top of each other and it can actually break your game fully. But we had no problems with that. All my PO buildings were there. There was nothing missing. All the train tracks were fully working. There was no trains getting stuck because sometimes I found out that happens as well. And yeah, everything was working. So I was very happy. And if you follow my YouTube community page, you'll see that I was very eager to get building again and throw out some content for you all. And I was that eager to get building that I'd built this park. Won't say too much about it. If you do want to check it out, you can go to my YouTube community page and just have a look for now. But I'd built a park that you can just walk around, do all that lovely stuff. And by the time I'd got done with it, I thought, wow, this looks actually really good. And it didn't dawn on me until I think I was like putting in the trees at the end, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't set up my OBS to record any of this, and I spent like the entire afternoon building it. So I figured, oh man, what am I to do? So I figured I'll just take some pictures, put it on the YouTube community page, and I can share it with you all, and just me being stupid. So yeah, I was that eager to build that I'd totally forgotten. And that's what had happened. Now, like what I said, you can head over to the YouTube community page, check it out if you want to. If not, you can wait maybe another week from now, and I should have another episode out that will have some cinematics included from that park in with the main thing that I was building at the time. So it's kind of like some bonus cinematics at the end. Now, I do want to talk about something else really quick. To be honest, it's probably not going to be really quick, but still. Now, we have got City Skylines 2 coming soon. And for anyone that's worried about what might happen to Project Oarai, it's not going anywhere. I honestly mean it, it's not going anywhere. I've put a lot of time and effort into this, and it's not going anywhere until the city is fully built. And I plan on making the city massive. So yeah, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. The last thing I will probably build for Project Oarai will be the city. Because to be honest, we've got so much going on the map. If the game still works and isn't crashing and I'm not running out of stuff, then the only thing left will probably be an airport, and then I will probably call it a day on the whole Project Oarai. But yeah, just want to let you all know it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I do want to talk a little bit about, I will probably make some videos when City Skylines 2 comes out. I'll probably do them at the same time as Project Oarai, but I might have City Skylines 2 maybe on a Wednesday and Project Oarai on a Saturday, but I'm not too sure yet because, as you all know, like the way I play and build in this game is totally different to probably how the devs and creators of City Skylines wanted people to build. Like, I imagine when they made this game, they never planned that people would build like they do. And I think it's absolutely incredible that the community has breathed a new life into the game with mods and have appealed to the very small, because I don't think there's a lot of us that like to build this heavily detailed, because it takes a lot of time. It's a lot of time and energy, and it's very draining sometimes, just trying to think of what you've got to build and the effort that you've got to put into it. Because I see that a lot of people love vanilla, like they really do. They love it a lot. Now, it's not my cup of tea. I don't get on with it. It's I think it's great the people who do build like that. I do follow a few people and like to watch their live streams and their videos and stuff, and I think it's great, but I can't do it. I enjoy the Japanese theme and being able to build heavily detailed too much. Like that is my itch when I play the game. I'm not good at building an English theme or an American theme. I've tried. I'm just not good at it. But the Japanese theme, I get on really well with. So I'm sticking with what I'm good at and I'm staying in my lane. But yeah, I just wanted to give a brief update on that. Okay, now this is a little bit different. I had seen on Google Earth that you could see at the beginning of the video that there is a train station with a cable car attached to it above. And I was really struggling with how I was even going to be able to make that and make it functioning, because I wanted the cable car to work, and in a way it does work. Okay, the people might float up to it and all that stuff, but it still works. I tested it by putting some buildings at the top and the bottom, and I wanted to see if the Sims would actually use it, and they did. So this is working. It's going to be completely made out of PO that you can see me doing right now. There's going to be some parts later on that I kind of skip over a little bit because it's kind of copy and paste. Like, once you've built one side of the wall, it's kind of just a copy and paste to the other side. So I figured for the majority part of that, I'll just do maybe two sides of it, and then the other sides will just magically appear later on in the episode, which is what is going to happen. Now, it was kind of difficult trying to figure out how to even get the windows to work. I do end up changing them, I think, later, from these wooden beams. I think I find some sort of like metal beam that blends in a little bit better. And you'll be able to see the wall that the window is attached to, sorry. In the ending cinematics is going to be completely different to what you can see right now, but it's not, because it is the same item, but I have changed the color of it to be bright white to kind of get rid of them dirt marks, because as you can see on some of the walls, you can see where I've stretched it and pulled it and put it into shape. And it just looked, I just didn't like the look of it on the cinematics, so I ended up just painting them bright white. So yeah, figured I'd just explain kind of why I did that a little bit. I'm really happy with how the cable car turned out. I think I learned a lot from building the last one that went from the fishing village at the bottom all the way to the top of the mountain where the hot springs was. I feel like I definitely learned a lot from building that, and it's definitely helped me with building this one, so that is a good thing. A little bit later on in the episode, you're going to see me building another park, and it's kind of rushed a little bit because I'd already done this episode. I had it ready to go, already rendered and all that type of stuff. But I figured that I could add the park to this episode to make it a bit of a longer episode, because I just felt like building this and the car park, I felt like it needed something else to it. So yeah, I'm sorry if it looks a little bit rushed for the park at the end, but I think this whole cinematics with the park and the train station and the car park, they look really nice together. So hopefully you do enjoy that one. Now I'm going to stop talking your ear off, and like always, I'll see you all in the next one.